Out of all the current offseason trades this 2023, Chris Paul joining the Golden State Warriors seems to be the strangest. An all-star point guard joining forces with the team he has battled it out with in the Western Conference throughout his entire 18-year career. In any case, join me as I walk you through how CP3 feels about playing for the Warriors. Chris Paul's playing career. One of the strangest NBA trades this offseason saw Chris Paul move from the Phoenix Suns to the Washington Wizards and then with the Golden State Warriors. This would make it the sixth NBA team that the 12-time NBA All-Star would join, all of which have been in the Western Conference. In any case, Chris Paul is arguably one of the greatest point guards of all time, and he has the records to back it all up. He has won 2 Olympic gold medals, is a record 5-time NBA assist leader, and 6-time NBA steal leader. CP3 is the first NBA player with 20,000 points and 11,000 assists, currently third on NBA all-time career steals list, and has a selection on the NBA 75th anniversary team. And interestingly, he has been an outstanding basketball player for the entire 18 years that he has been in the league. After getting drafted in the 2005 NBA draft by the New Orleans Hornets with the 4th overall pick, he averaged 16.1 points, 5.1 rebounds, 7.8 assists, and 2.2 steals per game in his rookie season. He led all rookies in total points, assists, steals, and double-doubles, and became only the second rookie in NBA history to lead the league in total steals, and for his performance in his debut season, he was named the 2005 NBA Rookie of the Year. In his third year with the Hornets, he led them to a franchise record 56 wins, leading the NBA with 11.6 assists and 2.7 steals per game, in addition to his 21.1 points per game. In his playoff debut, he dished out a franchise playoff record 17 assists in Game 2 against the Mavs. Nevertheless, after 6 years with the Hornets, CP3 was eventually traded to the Los Angeles Clippers. And with Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan, the Clippers developed a reputation for their explosive offense and impressive alley-oop dunks. And this reputation earned the team the name Lob City. Nonetheless, after 6 seasons with the Clippers in which he averaged 18.8 points, 9.8 assists, 4.2 rebounds, and 2.2 steals per game, he was traded to the Houston Rockets. Alongside James Harden, Chris Paul led the Rockets to a franchise record 65 wins and the best record in the NBA. Unfortunately, while Chris Paul did eventually make it to the conference final after 12 years in the NBA in his first season with the Rockets, the Golden State Warriors were waiting for him as they defeated the Rockets 4-3 in the series. The next season, the Golden State Warriors once again eliminated Chris Paul and the Rockets in the Western Conference semifinals. Later in 2019, he was traded to Oklahoma City Thunder, where he established himself as a veteran leader. Unfortunately, in the one season he spent with OKC, he was eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. However, in 2020, after he was traded to the Phoenix Suns, CP3 made it to his first NBA Finals, where he went 2-0 in the series, but ultimately fell in 6 games to the Milwaukee Bucks. In any case, after 3 years with the Suns in which he averaged 15.1 points, 9.5 assists, 4.4 rebounds, and 1.6 steals, CP3 has finally landed with the Warriors, the very team he has battled against the most throughout his NBA career. CP3 against the Warriors. For more than a decade, other than LeBron James, Chris Paul is arguably the Golden State Warriors' biggest rival. CP3 has always been an adversary for the Warriors' defense, regardless of when he was playing for the LA Clippers, Houston Rockets, or even the Phoenix Suns. He has played 18 head-to-head playoff games against the Warriors, facing them in the first round, conference semifinals, and Western Conference Final since 2014. He has scored more points against the Warriors than any other team in the NBA, and now he has teamed up with the team he has battled the most in the league. Moreover, he finally gets to team up with Steph Curry, whom he has been pitted against for over a decade. In any case, in his NBA career, Chris Paul has helped 4 of the 5 different teams he has played with set franchise records for wins, including the New Orleans Hornets, Los Angeles Clippers, Houston Rockets, and lastly, the Phoenix Suns, who had previously missed the playoffs for 10 consecutive seasons before his arrival. And now he has joined the team who holds the record for the most wins in an NBA season. So what does Chris Paul feel about playing for the Golden State Warriors? How Chris Paul feels about joining the Warriors. In his 18 years in the league, Chris Paul has been a regular starter in all 5 NBA teams he has played with. However, coming into a team that has Steph Curry, there are chances that he could come off the bench. Speaking about this possibility, CP3 admitted that he doesn't know where he will fit in with Warriors coach Steve Kerr's plan for the 2023-2024 season, but he is not concerned with whatever role he is asked to play. According to Chris Paul, he hasn't had a specific conversation with Kerr yet and won't till training camp begins. He emphasized that, at the end of the day, it is just basketball to him, as he knows that he is going into a situation with a bunch of NBA stars who have been playing together for a very long time, and as such, he is not as worried as many would want him to be. "I've got to learn about them. They've got to learn about me, but that's the case with any team," Chris Paul said. In response to questions concerning his feelings on his decision to play for his toughest opponents in the NBA, Chris Paul initially praised the Warriors, saying that after years of intense competition, he had grown to respect them for their style of play and their selflessness of their players. He acknowledged that he had never played with guys of the caliber of players like Steph Curry, who can come off screens and create his own shot, Klay Thompson, who has shown that he can drop 60 points with only a few dribbles, and Draymond Green, who can create shots for other players. Chris Paul, however, admitted that it is nothing unusual to join a rival, as it happens around the league all the time. Besides, he is confident that once they get on the court together, they would put their old rivalries aside since they all want to win a championship. In any case, joining the Warriors would mean Chris Paul now has to be teammates with Draymond Green, who has publicly said he doesn't like him. So when asked about the situation of things with Draymond, CP3 noted that things are fine with both stars. Besides, he feels sorry for the other teams that will be up against him and Draymond in the 2023-24 NBA season because they are both outspoken athletes and he has always thrived with guys like Draymond in his corner. However, Chris Paul and Draymond are going to make for a very annoying combination for Golden State's opponents, and the other Warriors players have also agreed that CP3's addition would be exceptional. What do Warriors stars think about CP3 joining the team? Despite their dislike for each other as rivals, Draymond Green has welcomed Chris Paul to the team and admitted that they would address their issues as adults. Draymond, however, believes Chris Paul's experience in the Warriors roster will provide the team more flexibility in their scoring options, which was something they lacked last season. The Warriors were the league leaders in three-pointers attempted, but they occasionally had trouble diversifying their shot selection. The Warriors' 5.2 attempts during the 2022-2023 season ranked fourth among mid-range shots from 10 to 14 feet, and their 40.4% percentage was the third worst. As such, Draymond believes adding CP3, who had the seventh best percentage among NBA players with at least 200 mid-range attempts, will help the Warriors' scoring diversity. Besides, he believes Chris Paul's veteran experience would benefit younger players on the roster, particularly Jonathan Kuminga. Klay Thompson also chipped in on the trade, as he stated that he is excited to play with an amazing passer and playmaker like Chris Paul. Steph Curry, who had an in-depth conversation with Chris Paul after the trade, also noted that one of the consistent things about Chris Paul is that every team he has been on improved after he arrived. And adding that to a roster that has a championship DNA means Chris Paul can help them win a championship next season. Head coach Steve Kerr wasn't left out, as he recently watched Steph Curry and Chris Paul work out together. Kerr revealed his first conversation with Chris Paul, stating that he told the point guard that, with him on the team, the Warriors plan to be more controlled next season, as they had the second worst turnover rates in the NBA last season. He is therefore hopeful that, in a fast-paced Warriors offense, CP3 can be a stabilizing force. Either way, he is confident everyone will enjoy how CP3 fits into this team. What are your thoughts about Chris Paul joining the Warriors? What do you think the team's starting lineup will be like? Let me know in the comment section.